Hello people from Soundland. Welcome to the channel where we present what do we like. I want to thank from the beginning to our sponsor, CMC Web and Audio Production, for everything that we have here. Otherwise, nothing could be possible if our sponsor doesn't exist. That's why, thank you again. We've discussed in this series of videos about mixing a metal song with some symphonic influences. You know this from the first two episodes. We finish with the drum. These two episodes was about the metal drum part and the slow part, the bridge, where the drum was completely different. That's why we need to continue with the bass. And the bass have the same two parts. One metal and treated like a metal bass, and the other one a normal one, slow part with a more warm sound. But we're gonna see exactly what it's about. I wanna remember you in another video. This is from the other playlist that we have with presentation of diverse things, gears, instruments, things like this. I need to tell you, if you didn't saw it, it's a video about sound hoops. Very nice product from the Sound Hoops company. Apostolos Zaios was here. He's a drummer from Human Fortress. For the people who know this power metal band, they know what it's about. It's one of the famous power metal band all around the world. He was here to us, to Soundland, and we've discussed about the sound hoops, which is a system very interesting and very nice for the drummer that want to have no problem with the standard or things that could be goes wrong in life, or sometimes why not in studio. Look to our video. I try to make a link to this video here, and you're gonna see what it's about. It's very, for the drummers especially, it's very interesting, but not just for the tech guys, for the drum tech. It's very interesting system. You're gonna see what it's about if you follow our, or if you're gonna look to our video. Good. That's all for today. Here are the Apostolos Zaios drumsticks. He let us as a present. Thank you, Apostolos, again. People, let's talk about the bass. What is here? It's about the first part, and I'm gonna select just the metal part of the drum, and for sure the group bass. It's a group here, yeah, because our bass have two components, a lower part and the higher part. We're gonna discuss for about the both separate, but here it's the group. We have the group here selected, and the drum, and the bass in the first part. It sounds like this. Okay, and the other part. Here it was the metal area of the song. The slow part sound like this. And now we need to select the drum, the other drum. As you remember, we have another instance of Superior Drummer 3. But the bass remains the same because we've obtained the difference between these two parts, these two basses. We obtained the differences with automation. And I'm gonna show you what it's about in the automation and how we've done this. And this part of the bass sound like this. Okay. Now that we've listened the both parts, let's start with the first instance of the bass, the metal one. And here, as I've told you, we have two components. The first I name it bass, the second I've named it sub, even if it's not quite a real sub, but just to make the difference between the channels. And let's start with the first one, the bass, the upper part of the bass, which is this one. And this one have an equalizer that have a cut here. As you see, it's a cut in 5600. Everything over this is disappearing. We have also a double cut here and another one in 4000. Yeah, as you know, here it's a high cut, and we have here this low pass. Yeah, it's clear. We have this here first, this, look, with red, 5600, and then here this one in 4400. Yeah, it's double cut it here because I want to eliminate complete what is over this 5000. We don't need it. It was too much. It was fizzy, and yeah, that's why, because of the process that comes, and you're gonna see what it's about, it was a little bit too fizzy. Then we have in the presence somewhere in 2200 scoop, minus 10 decibel. Also because it was too annoying here, it was too much presence because of the distortion that comes over. And the cut under 300 here, the cut under 300. Why? You're gonna see what's happened in the other channel that it's completely cut it up over 300, the other channel. So they are completely somehow in a crossover. Yeah. Okay. Now we have very easy here gate from Slate. You know we love Slate digital products. They are very good. Good job, Steve. Otherwise, minus 30, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's minus 28.8. Let's say yeah, minus 30. This is the position. Stay there. Good. Then we have here why we choose the gate. It's obviously because of the distortion that comes, the amplification of the overdrives, and what comes in this sound. The floor noise, it's up, and we need to maintain it in the breaks where the bass don't play, to maintain it low or cut it. Even if we edited the bass, like you see, it's edited, like you are used most of the time in metal, but not just. We prefer to have this gate to avoid noises to come out. Next, it's an overdrive. This BOD from TSC Audio. Very nice. Otherwise, it's a typically bass drive. As you see, the drive is not complete. It's somewhere in 2 o'clock. Low cut, it high, very high. The high is very high. Yeah. Presence also, because we need a lot of high distortion, or to be more specific, we need harmonics here. Why? You're gonna see what's happened also with the next plugin, and then I'm gonna explain to you why we've used these two plugins to distorted this sound. But for the moment, let's hear it just with this one. Let me close here. We cannot because we have the automation, but I've closed it complete. The next one. So just with overdrive is like this. The bass. Without. Okay, so this is the overdrive. The next one, it's a stock plugins from Cubase. It's very good. Otherwise, we've choose here the preset name New Metal, and we've done nothing else. We just apply this preset that the stock plugin amp simulator from Cubase have it. It's about the new metal. And the new metal looks like you see, theoretically you don't need the parameters because it's the already set up. But if you want, okay, drive 3, we talk about decibel most of the time, bass 1.5, mid scooped complete, cut it, treble 1.5, presence 1.3, volume and thing like this. But it's very easy, just choose new metal preset. And what is about here? Let's close the overdrive to see how this amp simulator is working. And now with overdrive. Okay, this is the first channel of the bass, of the first part of the bass, the overdrive channel. I've named it bass. Good. Then it comes to the other channel, the sub channel. The sub channel, it's this one here, and it sounds like this. Okay, what is it about here? Here it's about an EQ that cut over everything that is over 300, like I've told you. It's this crossover in 300. Okay, other guys recommend a crossover in 150, 120. Okay, maybe, depending what do you need. And as I've told you, you need to remember every time, use your ears. It's a matter of taste, first of all. It's a matter of how the instruments fit together. And yeah, the rules are rules. But if you need, what do you think or do you feel that is needed to sound, to make the sound being correct or good, or how do you want to name it? That's why, look here, we have this 300 cut. But also we have a scoop, not too much, -2 decibel in the same point, in 300, 312, okay? For sure there are people that wonder why we've done this. I cannot explain why we've done this, because it was a big purpose, I don't know. No, it was because we've listened, and in this point we need this scoop in this point in 300. The bass there had too much energy, and that's why we apply this scoop there. It's very easy. It's like it is. Let's see very fast what is about in the process. And here we have guitar rig as an amp. Not quite an amp, it's a DI bass preset. We've chosen the DI bass preset and is not modified. So we apply no setup here over the preset, or it's like it is. It's a DI bass from Guitar Rig 5. You can choose any other plugin, any other amp simulator that you have and have a DI bass. We've recorded the bass clear. It's a recorded bass. Maybe I didn't told you this, but you remarked this in the editing. Yeah, it's a recorded bass. And for sure, it was a clear one. It recorded as a clear bass, not a microphone over amp. So it wasn't an amp with microphone. It was just the bass in the interface, because we have a good one. And yeah, we've recorded the bass like it is, and then process in the DAW, in the box. That's why here we've simulated a DI again to obtain more, to put somehow back the harmonics that was maybe gone through the converter. That's why, if you wonder why we've used this as the DI and not an amp, it's because we don't need an amp. We need just this correction of a DI that maybe lose a little bit through the converters, the digital converters, even if they are very, very good. We use, apropos of this, we use an Antelope interface, which is one of the best in this moment on the market. Some people have complaints about these interfaces because of the software, but I need to tell you I had no problem. We've used in the past 32 channel Antelope Orion around 4 years, and it was working smooth without problem in the software. Now we use a discrete model, and the same, no problem with the software. I'm sorry for the people who have problem, but for us there wasn't. What the whole people that have a Antelope saying there are unbelievable good converters and preamps also, and I can confirm this. It's unbelievable interface. So anyway, we've used this, and come back to our subject, we've used this DI bass preset. The next one, the next plugin, it's just a distressor from Slate Digital. That is not so big. Let's listen. Look here, what's happened. Yeah. Okay, it's just a compression of -3, -4 decibel with a fast attack, not so slow, maybe more to fast release, and ratio 4:1, mix complete. So it's not a parallel compressor. It's just to bring up the low dynamic notes that was played with low dynamics, yeah, to bring up these notes and make more even the whole track of the bass. And this is the track named Sub. Okay, it's not a sub literally, but we name it like this. Both together, these two channels that we've discussed about, yeah, the bass and the sub, the both, if you saw here in our direct routing section, the both are sent in bass group. So there are summing the both in the bass group. Here it's a group, And if you wonder before why we have no cut here in the low region of the bass, like most of the people recommend, under 60, under 50, under 40, depending of the style, depending of what you want to obtain with your bass. Maybe you wonder why we have no cut here. We have no cut here because we've done this in the group where the both channels are mixed together. And we have a cut here, if you see here in 60 hertz, under 60 hertz, everything is cutted. Sometimes I use 50 hertz as a cut or 40, depending of the song, depending of the resonant of the area, depending of the acoustic of the song. In this case, the best option, it was a cut under 60 hertz. Also, we improve here a little bit the 80 hertz area with a 3.3 decibel. I felt we need a little bit more energy in the bass, in the belly of the bass. Yeah, that's why 80 hertz a little bit up. And also we make scoop. We scoop in 50 to let there the lows of the bass drum to live. It's metal bass drum for metal style, and because of the kick, the high kick sound thin, or could sound thin. That's why we've let here a little bit space for the low part of the bass drum to live. Yeah, this is our EQ for the bass group. Also, this channel, this group, have here a multi-compressor, a multi-band compressor. That is C6 from Waves. And this C6, we've loaded from here, from the bass, the preset bass A. But the only thing that we've done in this preset, we've closed this frequency here. This is in 5000 to push up the EQ, but also the compressor to activate and attenuate this frequency or this range of the frequencies. This one here is completely annihilated, gone. We've let here this one in 495, 500, because it was a lot of boominess, and it's very good there to, let me show you, to have a compressor, a drastic compressor in this area, because look what's happened. Yeah, so you see what's happened here, and it's very good that this compressor is working, because here it's a lot of boominess. Otherwise, in the lows, it's a shelf from 105 hertz, not too big, 2.7 decibel, to improve a little bit the sub. And this is the C6 from Waves. The next one comes from T-Rex. This one is just a compressor. Okay, it's a copy of Fairchild. You're gonna say, "Oh, the compressor that it's a plug-in, a compressor. We like it." I've chosen this because, in my opinion, for the to finish the bass, it's quite okay. It's enough thick, and we choose the bass compressor from the presets. Nothing else. We've done nothing else. It's just this bass compressor from the presets, just to make the bass more even and to give this little bit touch on peaks, yeah, where the transients comes. Just like this, nothing else. And the bass sound, this metal part, is like. Yeah, and again, with the drum. Okay, let's go further. Let's talk about the other bass in the bridge. The other bass in the bridge. And this is sound like alone, like this. What's happened here? As you see here, it's the same setup. We have the same channels, the bass and the sub that we discussed about, and the group. The difference here, it's made by the automations. And let's take a look inside. First of all, and very important, here, the upper bass that we name bass, yeah? The upper bass have here an increasing volume. You see? This one. It's increased here. The volume. Why? This happens because in the channel, because in the channel, in the process, as you see here, we discuss about the insert number 3. The insert number 3, it's the amp simulator, this one. And this amp simulator here, look what's happened. You see, here is bypassed. In this area, it's bypassed. We don't need this distortion that we use for the metal part. This aggressive distortion, this aggressive overdrive, we don't need this. That's why here comes the automation to bypass this amp simulator. And obvious, because of this bypass, the bass has lost the energy. That's why we improve here with a little bit volume. And voila, we've obtained the other tone of the bass. On the other hand, the sub one have also an automation, but it's just about to put down the volume around 2 decibel. It's an automation for the volume in the sub. Why it's happened this? It's very easy. Because the bypass of the amp simulator, yeah, the upper part of the bass gain more harmonics till this 300 cut and also a little bit under. it goes under 200, maybe 150, even if it's not high volume, but it's there. All these harmonics, secondary, primary, doesn't matter. All these harmonics comes and gonna be combined with the harmonics of the sub in this case. The M simulator give us harmonics, upper harmonics, and because of this, the low harmonics are somehow gone. But bypassing the M simulator, this lower part comes in the image, and completing with the sub, with the other part, the lower part, you have the sensation, acoustical sensation that the lows have more energy. That's why the sub, our sub part, our lower part, have this cut in volume. The volume goes down. And together, both together, sound like this. The group have nothing changed. As you see, it's the same setup for the bass group. It's nothing changed here. It's the same. So, to be clear, to make a little bit resume, we have these two parts of the bass, the metal one and the slow one in the slow part, the bridge part, that are different characteristic, but we've obtained this difference or the different sound in these two parts using the automation. So we didn't use other channel, we didn't use other process, we just cut some processes or increase some volumes or cutting some volumes to obtain a completely other sound of the bass with automation. And let's listen these two basses, these two different basses, one after another, to understand the difference, and one time alone just the bass and then with the drums. Yeah. And now with the drum, with the both drums, or the both parts. Yeah, my friend, this is the bass for this song 101, the title of the song from the upcoming EP for next springtime. You know, I've told you about, the name of the project is Crisis, but more information about this in the future, as much as we are closer to the release date. So, people from Soundland, this was for today, the bass. For sure, next episode comes with the guitars, then other instruments, horn, strings, cello, and you're gonna see what's happened next. Thank you to CMC Web and Audio Production, our sponsor. Thank you for following this channel. Apropos, subscribe or subscribe, yeah. Notification if you wanna see or if you wanna have information when a new episode comes out. Don't forget, make your mixes better and better, and remember, we present here the things that we really like. Ciao, till next time.